Hello, this is Glass Garden Books, and before you can see the comic named Rose by Meredith Finch. It came out in April, I think, 2017. The first issue, issue 1, the 2 different variants. It's about a girl who has magic, been having to hide it, or else she could be found and killed by the evil Queen Drusilla, who has tried to stamp out all magic. And the magic that she's especially tried to get rid of was guardian magic, that is a link between the magic user, the guardian, and their cat, K-H-A-T, cat. And together they were supposed to be protectors of the land. The book starts out showing you a little bit of how guardians were hunted down and killed. Then you get to see Rose, the girl who has the magic that she's hiding. When she finally comes into her power, her hair all turns white from red. And she loses her mother, the last of her family. She has to go on a bit of a quest, in her quest for revenge, of course, but she also has to find her cat and try to rescue him. Issue 1 has her losing her family and beginning her quest. Inside artwork is just as good. So the inside artworks on this comic are just as good as the outside. That's the evil Queen Drusilla. Some of her henchmen. There's Rose, still with her red hair starting to turn a little. She meets some other rebels that are fighting the Queen. That's how it ends up. Then it has a preview of Eternal Empires, which looked like a pretty good comic. The back of a number of them have that one on the back. That's issue 2. I don't know if there was a variant or not. Before I found a comic book store I could have a pull list. So I finally found a good store that put me on the pull list and started getting them. But in between there, while I was looking, I missed getting this number 2 when it first came out, so I may have missed any other variants, because this comic seemed to have a lot of variants. So I was able to get it and read it. This is issue 2. This is issue 3. Since they're $4 an issue, I didn't feel like spending an extra $4 on yet another cover for one comic, and I had not read them yet. I was buying them purely on the name Rose, since I love roses and like to use Rose as a name in a lot of games, so I like the comic just for that reason. So until I read it, I decided I might not buy every cover. I have read all of them, 1 through 5 so far. And that's as many as have come out so far. So I did finally read the 5, and I do like it, and I am going to keep getting it. So I will buy the variant covers now. But out of the 2 covers that were available at the store, when I saw this issue 3, I liked the one that had the rainbow. The other one had them all, like a whole bunch of people on one cover, kind of like the superhero look to it. But it didn't have the pretty background. It was like a darker background. This is issue 4. Issue 4 had 3 different covers, and one of them was a front and back cover. This one was the full front and back cover. As you can see, I'll let it sort of hang so you can get a little bit of a feel for it. One image. So, one was front and back on number 4. Out of those, I think I like the middle one for the cover the best. Middle one was a little lighter, had the clouds, the battle. There wasn't a battle though between the girl and the cat and the Drusilla, which is what that one's showing. That had not happened. It still has not happened into number 5, and this is just number 4. So that had not happened yet. Or all the little undead in the front, little like zombies looking back. That hasn't happened yet. So those may be previews to what's to come in this comic series. And this is number 5. And when I went to get number 5, they did not have any extra variants at the store. So I didn't have a variant in my pull box. I didn't see any variants at the store. This is the only cover that the store I get mine on the pull list. That's the only one that came in for that store. So that was the only cover I got of it. And it also gives you a story so far and tells you what's been happening in the issue before in case you miss one. The artwork is still really good on these. Really good artwork. Those are the rebels that she met up with, talking about her running off and them needing to save her. At the same time, Drusilla's coming to the town they were in. And she is now pinned between 2 different groups of bad guys. One's still human, the rest of them demon. Trying to get her. But the bad guy that's human is going to fight the demons. She's going to only have to fight one of the demons. Well, one of them tries to hold. They had a big artwork there. The cat gets involved. Even though he had a collar on to try to keep him under control, he saves her. So her cat saves her and scares the demons off. The rebels are trying to come up with a battle plan on how to protect the city. She's trying to figure out how to get the chain off the cat to save the kitty. She doesn't know how. And the human that was bad before is now about to die, and she's going to save him. It says, everything's going to be okay. So that is how Rose number 5 went. She's going to save the bad guy. Maybe he'll know how to get the collar off the cat. And eventually they're going to have to fight Drusilla. That's the goal. That's the Rose comics so far, 1 through 5. It's been a good read. Great images. Good artwork throughout. It's got the swords. It's got the magic. It's even got a little bit of zombie / demons. It's got cats that talk or mind think. The cat could not only talk to her, but talk to other people. A nature story in it. It's got good versus evil. It's got a girl with really cool hair. So if you're curious how Rose was, if it was worth it or not, I say it's definitely worth buying and buying the read. That it's definitely, to me, collectible worthy. That wraps it up for this one. I'll try to do a few more comics so you can get an idea of what kind I like. I'm not really into most of the superhero comics. I prefer the sword, fantasy, magic, historical fantasy kinds. I really dislike any that are super modern with guns. I don't care for those comics at all. I like the more fantasy comics. But I do like Wonder Woman, so you'll probably see that in some of my issues I may show. So come back to see more. This is Glass Garden Books signing off. And subscribe if you like it.